Hey everybody, it's your boy Devontae, aka TayDay. Once again, it's been a while back on the podcast for my number 3. I hope you guys like the first 2. Today, I want to keep going with the whole thing with mentality because I really love talking about having a strong mentality, but I like to put it into different situations. Remember, guys, always follow me on my Instagram at Nikos Logic, Nekos Logic, baby. Hey, so today what I want to talk to you guys about is how people look at women or a man with children. So this is a long time coming. All right, so for me personally, I never even thought about the idea of if I would ever date a woman that had a child or had 2 children or, I never even thought about that. So a few years ago, it kind of came to me and, I really thought about that. So bringing it up again, that I had a situation where it really kind of stood out to me, like how people view themselves. So the real question today is for you guys is, would you date a woman that has a child or a man that has a child? Okay, does it matter? After you answer yes or no on that, does it matter how many children they have? Where is there a limit to where you would date or would still date this person regardless of their personality? Yeah, I know there's a bunch of men, there's a bunch of women, there's millions, trillions of us out here, so you have plenty of options. But it really breaks down to that personality. Now, I know guys that have loved and still with a woman that had 3 or 4 children, and the guy had no children and still took in that responsibility, and also became is now stepfather of those children, and things are going great for them. And now I know guys also that are like, oh hell no, I'm not fucking with that. I'm not going. This girl, oh, she got a kid? No. So the main question is, would you date a woman or a man that has a child? And then the follow-up questions that I have, which is, does it depend on how many kids they have? Does it depend on their financial standpoint? How much money is this woman making? How is she taking care of her children? Does she seem like she's in kind of an off mom, or is she a party type mom that every weekend she's going out with the girls or the guys? Or is it, what kind of person is this person outside? Like, do you want to research this person that you're planning on going on a date with or getting to know better? Or does she even tell you or he tell you that they have a child on the first date? You want to kind of know who this person is before, or kind of get an idea of this person before you even go out with them. And yes, it's a lot of detail. So if her financial standpoint is good, or is his financial standpoint is good, do they have a job? Are they living in Section 8? Or are they living with the kids living with the grandparents? What is your situation? So there's so many different things that play into this decision as a person that is that's single, that has no children, that only have themselves to take care of, and then they can possibly they're kind of thinking about it, negotiating with themselves and with their friends or family, if they should pursue this. Oh, I really like this girl, I really like this guy, but he has 1 or 2 kids, and I don't really know if I'm ready for that. So for me, I would say yes, that's totally negotiable. I'm not a guy that is looking, some people prefer, hey, I want to start my own biological family with another woman or another man. That's my preference. Now, I understand we all have preference. We all judge. But where does the line stop? Does it depend on how a woman or a man treats their children? If you're a man, are you present in this child's life? Do you see this child on a weekly basis or on every other day? How do you see your child? Is your child in a different state? Even different country? How do you play into your child's life? And that can be a decision maker. These are make or break questions easily for a man or a woman when you talking to a woman. And for some people, they're superficial. They don't even get to learn about the woman or man. They just find out well, they're not in their child's life as much as I personally would like them to be. And so I'm not going to go out with this person based off of face value. And I believe that's wrong because you don't even understand the situation. At least have the time and decency to go find out if this man or woman is actually is fighting to see their child or children. Go find out and see what they're doing behind the scenes that you don't know at face value before you go and judge somebody completely. Now, we all have our opinions straightforward, but you need to go deep down and find out who this person is. Because 9 times out of 10, when you find a woman that has a child or children or even a man, one, they are emotionally hurting. They are troubled. They have a fear of bringing around their children around somebody that isn't planning on sticking around. So if you do get that privilege to be around a woman or a man's child, they do have that fear that they're going to look a certain way to their children. They don't want to give off a bad impression to their children. So if you are going to make a decision, please, as a single person that did go into another child's, they come into another child's life and, with their mother, be that person that make that decision, that commitment. Don't just stick around for a couple months. Be that person to be in that child's life, because usually that child is looking for a role model. I'm not saying act like their father. That's something you discuss with your relationship. You don't need to be that person immediately. You just need to show that child that the mother or the father is making the right decision. And also show that child how to be responsible, how to be loyal, how to be the right type of person to work him or her way up in this world. So another question. So I'm going to go ahead because I got a little off track there. So the other question is, how does it, if the child is being treated right or wrong, how do you respond to that as a person that never had a child? A person that only had to worry about themselves. So you really got to get deep down into this kind of question, because it's not just a face value type of thing when you're dealing with someone that is responsible for another human being. Excuse me. So the last question I raise is it okay for those people that don't have children to feel higher up, be on a pedestal above those that do have children when it comes to dating? And I see this all the time. And this is one of those incidents that I experienced by myself, is that a woman was surprised that the person that I'm currently with had a child, and I chose her to be with her over the woman that didn't have a child. And so we wasn't even actually dating. We were talking, but she was surprised that I was feeling this other person more than I was feeling her. And she looked, it was such a surprise that she started blurting and posting on social media crazy things, because she could not wrap it around her mind why a single person without children would pick a person that has a child already over her. So I want you guys to really think about that. Do you believe that you should be, just because you haven't had a child, that you are better than somebody that does? Obviously, my choice was no. Obviously, I can date somebody that has a child. But I do have a preference. Okay? I do want my own biological kids. So there is a preference, because it's a double-edged sword at this point. When you have 3 or 4 kids with someone else, and then you're looking to start a relationship, a long-term relationship with somebody else, it's a double-edged sword at this point. If you find somebody that wants to have kids, especially if they want to have another, 1 or 2, 3 kids biologically from them to you, that's a make or break situation again. Is this woman willing to have another 2 or 3 kids for you because that's what you want? Or are you guys going to have to go separate ways because of something you really want? So for me, yes, if a woman that I do think a woman that has 3 kids, maybe 2, anywhere between 2 and 4 or 5, 2, let's just say 2 or more kids, I do believe that they are usually going to have the mindset that they are done with having kids. The previous father or mother didn't work out, whatever the situation is. I do believe that they'll be done with it. So it's hard to just kind of wrap your head around just thinking, well, I'm not discriminating, but I do want to find a woman that is going to be able to do that. And some women that have that many children, 2 or more kids, will still go ahead and give you 2 more kids for you. But for me, my preference is saying that I understand that there is a lot that woman has been through already with her children and the past fathers. It's not a situation that I want to get into. So that is my preference. But when it comes down to the question at hand, would I date a woman with kids? Of course. So, guys, I really love that you guys are listening in. Please follow me on here, Spreaker Studio. Follow my podcast so you'll know exactly when I'm posting them. I'm going to try to get more podcasts in. Please go ahead and follow, and hope you like this. Leave a comment. Show me what you guys think about this. I need those comments. I want to have conversation about these subjects. All right, guys. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Nico's Logic, Nekos Logic, and I'm on Facebook as well at Devontae Nico Parker. So go ahead and follow me, guys. Keep up with what's going on. TayDay is out.
Always insist that I be paid for my work. And I get the highest fee I can get. And people say, well, you're just out for money. I say, that's none of your business, because I give most of it away.